This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
So I noticed that they are praising Jalen Phillips now and Jalen Waddle now, and people are talking about Javon Holland, and it's interesting how a couple of weeks changes everything. And for a couple of weeks, that's all you needed of patience. That's it. You didn't really need to be patient for 5 or 6 years. Nobody was asking you that, but you got to give people a year or 2 or 3 to kind of develop. And some of these young guys have been here in the system a year or 2 or 3. And, now you start to see the fruits of Christian Wilkins has gotten better every year. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. And Jalen Phillips, by the way, is developing nicely. And part of his struggles were also the coach's fault. They made him do more than he should at the beginning of the year. They wanted him to handle way more responsibilities than he handled at the University of Miami. Now they just unleashed the Kraken, and they just said, "Kid, go get after that quarterback. We're going to put you on downs where you got to go get the quarterback." And look what's happening. So you play to a player's strength. At least at this moment, he's young. You eventually he can develop into that player you want. It just doesn't happen overnight. And that's where the coach screwed up. Now they've corrected it, and you're helping your player. And now they've corrected the defense, and now you're helping your defense. You're helping your secondary, because now that you're attacking more, the secondary is having more opportunities to create turnovers. Sometimes it's the coach or coaches that don't do the things that properly put your players in position to be successful. And that's part of the issue. Now, on offense, Jalen Waddle has got to catch a lot of short passes, unfortunately, because the offense is what it is. It's not because he's limited in that sense. Obviously, had a big play this past week. The kid can make huge plays for this team, but as the offense changes, then his game will evolve and he'll become an even bigger player. But for now, he's one of the reception leaders in the league. He's one of the best rookies in the NFL. He's clutch. He's money. But I just kind of laughed at, I don't know what the percentage was, but it seemed to me like, I got to admit, I don't know, maybe 5%, 10% of the people were with me on the front office thing, that it's not the front office. But most of you out there, you wanted to fire the front office. Some of you still want to fire the front office, which is, absolutely baffling to me. It was baffling to me 5 weeks ago, 10 weeks ago, by the way. Okay. All of you overreacting, and especially the idiocy with some of you. Oh, Chris Greer's been around for 15 years. I've never seen, only here have I ever seen people blame someone that wasn't in charge, which is ridiculous. You know what I mean? But whatever. I know in my heart that they have the right front office. They've got 3 guys in Greer, and Marvin Allen, and Reggie McKenzie, that I know those guys are going to be able to build one hell of a front office for years to come. And Miami will enjoy the fruits of the labor. Now, they've got to get the right head coach. And that was the challenge for them. And I think, quite frankly, they failed in it. But what I laugh is that people don't have any patience whatsoever. So while there's improvement 2 straight years, all of a sudden the 1-7 run, everyone sucks. And, all these players can't play, and the front office can't pick the players. No, that's not it. The players can play. The front office can pick players. It's the coaches that aren't developing these players. It's the coaches that made the mistakes of philosophically. And they're still making mistakes, like Matt Collins not playing. Stupid. You know, it's ridiculous. These are things that make no sense whatsoever. And he'll keep doing this kind of stuff because that's what he's been doing for a while now. And it's just funny to me to see that the praise now, articles are being written. You got people on ESPN, you got people on the NFL Network. I'm watching praise on Twitter and this and that from all kinds of people. All the same people that were saying, well, the Dolphin organization, it's a disaster, this and that. No, they've got a coach that is on training wheels. That's all it is. Jalen Phillips can play. Brandon Jones can play. Their picks are fine. They'll figure out the offensive line. I'm not telling you all 5 of them are good, but as I've told you for a long time now, right, there's no way that all 5 linemen are bad. There's no way. Some have to be good. There's no way you're hitting on all the other picks and you're not hitting on the O lineman. That doesn't make any sense. So you draft Minka and you're forced to trade him because he doesn't get along with the head coach, and you go and draft Javon Holland. So you draft, the front office comes up with two. You realize that Chris Grier ends up drafting 2 of the best young safeties in the NFL. And Chris Grier is forced to trade him because of everything that happens with Flo. So you're going to tell me the guy that keeps finding players can't find offensive linemen? Get the hell out of here, dude. You're going to tell me Marvin Allen doesn't know offensive linemen and Reggie McKenzie doesn't know offensive linemen? Get the hell out of here. And everything's being proven right. And I'm glad that, that it's changing, obviously, because the last thing I want and you want is that really all the picks suck. Right? I mean, really, deep down inside, if you're a Dolphins fan, did you really want to be right that the picks were wrong? Did you really want to be right that Chris Grier can't make any picks? No, right? I mean, if you're a real Dolphins fan, you're happy you're wrong, right? I mean, if this whole Cristobal thing that I'm being told it's kind of a done deal already, if it's true, man, I'm super happy that I'm wrong, because I still didn't believe that they were going to spend, because they've never spent. And the thinking the last couple of days has been, oh no, Manny's going to come back. And that's kind of what I was thinking, that they're not really going to spend. So then they'll say, well, Manny will come back for 1 more year. We'll reassess it. And then next year, whatever. That's what I thought was going to happen. Well, it's not what it's looking like. It's not looking like that, dude. It's looking like, actually, you're going to actually spend the money and be the guy. And it's nice to be wrong. And I hope that that's how you feel now as you're watching the players develop, as you're watching them, maybe the front office, which, by the way, they just made another move with Philip Lindsay. Desperation, you need a running back. They found one. Help him out. Dude, that block on the Jalen Phillips big pass, that was huge. That's the front office doing that. We got a good front office, Dolphin fans. All right? It's the coaching staff that needs to be tweaked or changed or whatever you want to, however you want to look at it, whatever side you're at. Okay? Either Flo has to figure out how to get an offensive staff, or you fire Flo. That's where we're at. It's either or. Although he does suck in challenges, he does make some other bad decisions. It's not just the offensive staff, by the way. There are other holes in his game. But let's just say, some of you want to be patient with Flo, and that's understandable to a certain extent. For me, I have a problem with it because it's already been 3 years and it's a lot of changes, and I don't think it's going to change. But some of you are delusional and you think, in year 4, he's going to figure out the offensive coordinator, the O-line coach, and the QB coach, because he doesn't have either one of those. Pretty important. Or you got to make the changes like I'm saying. But the players aren't the problem. The front office isn't the problem. You found your quarterback. So all that's left now is either you fix the coaching staff or you fire this head coach and go get another coach. That's what we're down to. That's what this equation is all about right now for the Miami Dolphins. Players are developing. Front office is fine. Got the quarterback. And by the way, I hope that as you're watching Tua play better and better behind a terrible line and no running game, by the way, and no offensive coordinator, no QB coach, no O-line coach, but as you're watching him get better, I also hope you're happy that you're wrong about Tua.